All right, we're ready for lesson 23, session 4. We're going to continue working on telling time and kind of sharpen those skills that we've worked on in the previous sessions in this lesson. So we're going to start by completing the example, then solving problems 1 through 5. Take a minute to look at both the analog and digital clocks for this example problem. And it asks, these clocks show the same time. What time is it? It is o'clock. Let's read that again. These clocks show the same time. What time is it? It is o'clock. All right, as a reminder, our short red hand is our hour hand. That's the number we say first when telling time. Our blue longer hand is our minute hand. That's what we say second in telling time. So we would say this time as 7 o'clock. O'clock means our minute hand is perfectly on the 12. It's exactly the hour that we're saying. No time has gone past the start of the hour. So we see 7 o'clock here. In our digital version, the 7 is in the hour spot. 00 is in the minute spot. That means o'clock. When we see 00 on a digital clock, we say o'clock. We pronounce this 7 o'clock. So down here, it is o'clock. What have we said, everyone? 7 o'clock. Either way you look at it, it tells you 7 o'clock. Please put a 7 on this line. Okay, let's apply it. The directions say circle the clock that shows 4 o'clock. Now, there's only one correct answer. It's important that we look at each one before making our choice. The hour hand is pointing to the 4. The minute hand is pointing to the 12. This shows us what? 4 o'clock. Oh, that's what we're looking for. Let's take a look at the rest just to make sure. In this one, our hour hand is between the 4 and the 5. Would we say 4 or 5 for this time? We would say 4 because it's past the 4 but has not gotten to the 5 yet. Let's count by 5s around the clock to see what our minute hand is showing us. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. When the minute hand gets to the 6, it's 30 minutes past the hour. So this time would be 4:30. For this one, we see that our hour hand is pointing to the 5 and the minute hand is pointing to the 12. This would show us 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock. What are we looking for? 4 o'clock. Which clock did we see that on? The first one. Please circle the first clock. Number 2, it is 3:30. 3:30. Show the time on these clocks. All right, friends, remember, 3:30 means that minute hand has gone halfway around the clock and ends at the 6. It stops at the 6. 3:30. All right, let's start with our digital version. So we're going to put 3 in the hour slot. So please write 3 right here. And then 3:30. That minute hand is going to help us know what goes over here. 3:30, I think of 30. 30 minutes have gone by when it's halfway through the hour. So we should have 3:30 written in our digital clock slot. For our analog clock, we're doing the same thing. We're showing 3:30. So that makes me think of the hour hand first, 3:30. I have to draw the hour hand so that it's 3:30, halfway between 3 and 4. Draw your hour hand so it's halfway between 3 and 4. Then if it's 3:30, like we said on our digital clock, the minutes are at 30. 30 minutes past the hour is 3:30 the hour. And we see that our clock should look like that. Check your answers so that you have the correct answer. All right, let's flip to the back side. Number 3 says, these clocks show the same time. What time is it? All right, same time on both clocks. Let's see what time it is. We always want to start with the hour hand, the short red one. It's pointing exactly to the 5. So we're going to say 5. Nothing to figure out there. It's pretty clear. Our minute hand is pointing to the 12. Remember, friends, when the minute hand is pointing to the 12, we say o'clock. So this would be 5 o'clock. Looking at our digital version of the time, this is also showing us 5 o'clock. How do we know? There's a 5 in the hour spot. 00 makes us say o'clock when there is a 00 showing for the minutes. Remember that colon separates the hour from the minute. 5 o'clock. So what goes on our line here? It is o'clock. That's right. It is 5 o'clock. Let's put a 5 right here. Okay, some more clocks to look at. Circle the clock that shows 10:30. 10:30. Once again, it's a good idea to go clock by clock to make sure we have the correct answer before we circle it. All right, here we see our hour hand pointing to the 10. It's exactly on the 10, so we're going to say 10. The minute hand is on the 12. What do we say when the minute hand is perfectly on the 12? O'clock. So this time is 10 o'clock. Ooh, here's a tricky one. The hour hand is a little bit past the 10, but not yet at the 11. Are we going to say 10 something or 11 something? We're going to say 10 something. Remember, when we count by 5s going around the clock, we can tell what our minute hand is showing us. We start at the 12, 5, 10, 15. It's 15 minutes past 10 o'clock or 10:15. Is that the time we're looking for? Nope. Let's keep looking. Here we see our hour hand is between the 10 and 11. Are we going to say 10 something or 11 something? 10 something, because the hour hand has not gotten to the 11 yet. So it's 10 something. Let's count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. The time on this clock is 10:30. What are we looking for? 10:30. Go ahead and circle our last clock here. Okay, problem 5 says it is 8:30. It is minutes after o'clock. All right, let me put 8:30 on my clock here, and let's take a look at it. So here's 8:30. How do we know it's 8:30? Because our minute hand has gone halfway around the clock from when it started at 8 o'clock. It is minutes after o'clock. Let's count by 5s around the clock to see our minute hand. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. This time shows us 8:30, 8:30. Notice our hour hand is halfway between the 8 and the 9. Okay, back to our problem. It is minutes after o'clock. Well, we said 30 minutes after 8 o'clock. When the minute hand is pointing to the 6, it's 30 minutes past the hour. How do we know it's 8? Because it's between 8 and 9. We don't say 9 because it hasn't gotten to 9 yet. We say 8 something. 8:30, 8:30. So on our lines, it is 30 minutes after 8 o'clock. This can get a little confusing because there's many ways to say a certain time. For example, we said 8:30 in our problem. We also said 30 minutes after 8 o'clock. We also said 8:30. Those are 3 different ways to tell the same time. All right, you're going to move on to the green page, which is 533 and 534, please.